Coke Bomb sounds appealing to me. I like Coke Bomb. This is guys. Listen, I've been watching this channel in my free time. I know a lot of you guys are probably new to this channel. Cedric Simpson, I think, is my favorite judge on here. Cedric Simpson is probably, you'll see as we watch more of these videos, Cedric Simpson is, I think, by far my favorite judge on this channel. This man does not play, dude. This man is like your disappointed uncle, dude. He does not play, dude. All right, hold on. Let's get a little rip ready, dude. How is he your favorite judge? Dude, this guy is goated. This guy is goated, dude. He don't play at all. Like, I feel like Cedric Simpson here is real, okay? You'll see as we watch more of these videos. Cedric is very real, okay? A lot of other judges on these YouTube channels are kind of out there, dude. Cedric is pretty grounded, dude. Cedric's got a hold on it. Cedric's not playing with you, though. Like, he'll give you a chance, but he's not playing with you, you know? Damn, Cedric on the pod. A federal, dude, it doesn't have to be federal. Any kind of judge would be a great interview, I think. That would be a really interesting one. That would be a very, very good one. Dude, judges have probably seen some crazy shit, too. Probably some insane stuff a judge could tell you, you know? Coke Bomb runs out of chances after third violation.
Versus Molly Fox.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Ellen Dennis, appearing on behalf of Molly Fox.
Um,
Says the court received a bond violation.
Oh,
have you seen it, counsel?
Oh, here, whoa, go back, whoa. Here we have Coke Mom, dude. We have large size hoops. We have, you know, the blonde, like, bottom of her hair, the frosted tips, per se, the woman version of that. What's the shirt here? I can't really tell. We've got Cocaine Mom right here, dude. I'm starting to see it. I'm definitely seeing it. Yup.
You seen it, counsel?
yes, Your Honor, I have seen it.
This is a bond violation hearing. Okay.
Positive for coke.
Right. Your Honor, when the bond was set, I wasn't actually present when the bond was set, but
I'd also like to highlight for those of you guys who don't do blow, or maybe you aren't familiar with all the test stuff, but testing, in particular for Coke does not stay in your system for very long. Okay? Coke does not stay in your system for very long whatsoever. It's like a few days. Obviously, it depends person to person, but generally it's like 3 days from what I remember. Back in my era of being on probation and pissing in a cup all the time, it's about 3 days for blow to get out of your system. It is nothing like we can stay in your system for months at a time. Coke, totally different. It's very short-lived in your system. So for this woman to be testing dirty, it means she's doing it regularly. Or on the off chance, she got really unlucky. It's more than likely she just is doing it pretty regularly.
at that point, I think they all agreed that her major problem was that alcohol.
Aha.
That was why she entered a recovery program through community corrections. And she's also been attending AA. Now, she's not been positive for, as I understand it, she's not been positive for alcohol use since that time.
Yeah, brother, we've upgraded. We've upgraded to Coke.
Use is kind of, I don't know, an anomaly. And it seems from my discussion with my client,
An anomaly.
kind of situational, and she realizes that this is absolutely
We
unacceptable.
had another anomaly back in March.
Right, I understand.
She had another anomaly, dude. Get her, Cedric.
What I mean is,
Get her, Cedric.
it's not, unlike the alcohol, it was not the dominant problem. And yet it is a problem, of course, but it stems, I'm told, from a friendship that she has with somebody that she's had for many, many years. And apparently this other person got into
Brother, who is this lawyer? This woman hired quite possibly the worst fucking attorney of all time. This grandma is sitting here, Your Honor, her friend actually does coke all the time, now telling the judge that this woman surrounds herself with cocaine users by choice. Okay, so you're not getting better anytime soon. Dude.
cocaine use, and she would sometimes participate when she was with that person. She realizes she has to break off all contact with this friend because it's apparently evolved into a relationship in which cocaine is customarily used. So
Brother.
we would ask, of course, that bond be continued, and if court thought it was appropriate, she could be put on a tether. She has been going to, she had 8 weeks of first phase recovery program, and she'd started the second phase prior to this cocaine use. And
Cedric's not having any of this. Look at this man. Cedric is not having
she
a
also has been
word
going
of it.
to AA once a week in addition. So the recovery program, I guess I would have to say, has been partially successful. And we would like to have an opportunity for her to continue to work on her recovery through that. And I know Mr. Kennedy and I have talked about possibility of resolving the case through recovery court, but he's not sure that she's eligible. And I've been waiting to find out if that's true. Because that might very well be a good resolution. So, and in the
Okay.
meantime, I mean,
She's on
she
bond.
is,
Do we know what she's on bond for, chat? Have we heard at all what she's on bond for here? What is it? What is the original crime?
the caregiver for three minor children, ages 13, 10, and 5. They're all her children. And her significant other with whom she lives, he works full time for one of the car
Get
companies.
these stupid captions out of here, bro. I'll form my own opinion.
Ford, and is gone in the daytime. So caring for the children, especially when school gets out, which will be pretty soon now, would be very difficult without her presence. But so of course, we're asking for bond to be continued or possibly been modified to have provide for her to have an alcohol.
Dude, I think she just asked her mom to like come represent her in court. Like she literally just asked her mother, like, "Hey, will you come to court for me?" And she was just like, "Yeah."
Drug tether. I might also
Just
say,
got up.
I think.
Like, is this even a lawyer? Like, what is this woman on about?
My understanding is that she entered a recovery program voluntarily. That was not a bond condition. Is that correct? It wasn't. She says it was not. So she is she's attempting to do recovery on her own, but of course, community corrections made
This
it
is her
possible for her.
third violation with coke.
I'm sorry.
This is her third violation with coke.
Cedric's about to clap her. Cedric's coming in for the kill.
Apparently so.
Yeah, that's a problem.
It is a problem, and but I think the tether would definitely take care of that problem.
I don't have a tether that reads coke.
Well, that's what I wasn't sure when she suggested it, whether that was feasible. She seemed to think it was, but I don't know.
She who?
My client.
Of course. She's gonna tell you that, and then she's gonna go out and use coke.
Well, maybe she just doesn't know. I didn't know.
She does what addicts do, and they tell you something that's not true.
Oh.
Well, I
Oh.
don't know that she's truly an addict
Oh.
because her use has not been that frequent. But at any rate, I totally agree with the court that she can't be
Holy
using
shit.
cocaine.
Cedric is tapped out. He's like, yo, I'm finna hit Jimmy John's. He's thinking about his order. I'm gonna get me a veto number 5, brother. Extra spread.
And I think she
Oh,
also
my.
agrees and she
At what point
understands
did
it.
that dawn on her?
I'm sorry?
At what point did that dawn on her? When we ordered that she couldn't use illegal drugs? In January when she tested positive? In March when she tested positive? Or this
Oh.
time when she tested positive? Which point did she all of a sudden figure out she can't use it?
Well, she should have figured it out
The
beforehand, Your
lawyer
Honor,
is
but
laughing. Oh my God. The lawyer is laughing. It's over.
she now tells me she has figured it out, I guess you could say.
Get these stupid ass
I don't hate
captions.
asking, but I'll ask. Why not? I'll bite. What this time made her figure it out?
Well, maybe she's come to a realization that it's not a good thing for her. I mean, she's brought it up in
on.
the group sessions that she's had, these weekly group sessions, and I think
She
they've
brought it
convinced
up in the
her that she
group
has to
session.
cease her friendship with her old friend because obviously it's not a friendship that's furthering her best interests. And she tells me that she is going to do that.
This lawyer's
So-
just airing it out, dude. This is unbelievable. Lawyer's just like, yeah, she hangs out with all these friends that are cokeheads and like is very good friends with them, does it all the time. Like, what?
I hope that she has
You're better off
come
without
to
a
a
lawyer.
realization of how damaging to herself that this is.
I'm going to adjourn the probable cause conference in this case to June 5th, 2025, 9 a.m.
Oh, that just
Because of her
happened.
violation, defendant's bond is revoked, defendant is.
Oh my
remanded.
God, that just happened 5 days ago.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Oh, they just remanded her into custody. They just took her.
That's it for me today, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, sir.
Happy birthday. She got owned 5 days ago, chat. Coke mom, third violation,
Court calls the case.
potentially the worst lawyer I've ever seen. The lawyer just came in like a bandit and made a bunch of money off like absolutely doing nothing but fucking their client straight in the ass. Just absolutely piping their client. Your Honor, my client hangs out with nothing but cocaine addicts. Your Honor. Like, what? Oh my God. We have another court cam. Dude shows up to court in shorts with THC in his system. Bang, boom, pow.
What have you been doing with yourself, Mr. Compton? You come in here,
What is this resolution? What is this quality? Oh.
you're smacking gum in shorts,
You're smacking gum.
shoveled.
It's your...
Where do you live?
in shorts,
Who
disheveled.
with?
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. Just off the first few seconds of this video, judging by this judge's outfit, I hate him. He has a million Reddit karma, I can also tell, by that stupid little bow. Oh my God.
ATs.
Maybe I haven't seen enough of him, though. I don't know.
How old are you? Did you graduate from high school?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You don't look good. You just don't. You obviously not working, not making any money. You know, perception is reality,
What the...
Mr. Compton. And if you're going to continue like this, you're going to have this same look when you're 52.
He just called him broke. Bro walked in the courtroom. He said, "You're broke as..." Get your broke ass out of my courtroom. I would charge you a fine. I know you can't pay it. Leave.
But you're going to have a lot more missing body parts, hair, teeth.
What?
It's
What?
you're supposed to work your ass now at the tender age of 20s. So you set your future up. Something else is going on and we don't know what it is. I'm sending you for a test right now. I want to know what, if anything, is in your system, first and foremost. If you fail to take a test, I'm going to make your bond so high. We're going to figure out what's going on with you because as it stands now, it just doesn't look good and you're going nowhere in life. And I'm going to do everything in my power to try to turn that around. Do you understand, Mr. Compton? The way that you've been conducting yourself, the way you look, it's not a good look. And you will become yet another statistic of the system. The system failed me. I will refuse to let the system fail you, and I will do everything in my power to prevent it from doing so. Do you understand? First and foremost, I'm sending you for.
I just like can't. I'm really conflicted on this judge. Like on one hand, it's like, okay, cool, but I also just get like such a almost like I don't know, man. And almost like snarkiness out of him. I can't say I'm a very big fan of this judge.
You must come right back. Take a seat. You are not allowed to just smoke and do nothing. Do you understand, Mr. Compton? You are still
Oh, so this is a while
testing
later.
positive, and the next time you test positive, you will stay with me. Tell me, what have you done since the first time we've met 40 days ago that you've bettered yourself? What? Prove it.
Yeah, Judge, he showed me his Indeed app. He's got, I don't know, he's probably talked to what, 10 plus employers. How many interviews have you had? I don't think I'll check.
When is the last time you put in an application? And to who?
Can you look at his phone, Judge, at the bench?
Sure.
Okay.
So let's do this. Will, I'd like you to just take a seat. How many applications has he put in? How many dates has he done it with? And I'd like a full breakdown of what he's done in the last 40 days.
Okay.
You know, just
Okay.
other than just smoke, what has he done? You have to set lofty goals, right? You set your vision high. Go for the gusto. Go for the gold. Don't settle for down here. There are companies that are starting out $15, $19, $20 an hour. That's what you want, because that's where you're going to make money. It's fast food. While it is, yes, it is a job, it's not the best thing out there. Set loftier goals for yourself. Start at Starbucks. Go to Amazon. They kill with, if you can get a job there, you're making 15, 17 bucks an hour, and you get great health insurance. That's where you
This
need
guy
to
said
start.
go for the gold.
It's great that you're doing
Yeah,
here.
he's encouraging me to open cases, I think.
Go for loftier goals.
I'm going to
When
loft
you
my
leave
goals.
here
I want a
today,
knife.
Go to Starbucks. Go to Amazon. While the effort's good, it could be better. You need to go to better places. I'm going to try to print stuff out. On your phone, you need to Google highest paying hourly jobs. And that's where you start your search. And when you go to an interview,
Well,
how do you look when you go to an interview? Do you look like this? What do you do? Okay. Perception is reality. If you look like a thug, they're going to treat you like a thug. You're coming to court, and look how you dress when you come to court. You're supposed to be better than that. If you come to me like this here and we're a judge and this is jails right there, that tells me that you have absolutely no respect. Are you dressing the same way with trying to get a job? If you are, it's not going to happen. You take a shower, you comb your hair, you shave, you put on nice clothes, you try to talk well, because that's who's interviewing you.
I definitely get, like, okay, the judge for sure is like, this isn't malicious. Like, yeah, he's trying to do good here. He thinks he's like helping this guy out, but I don't know. I don't think this guy's actually gonna go and like learn from this. I don't know. I just don't. This isn't the right environment to be giving someone this kind of advice. Like, you're his judge. You're not his life coach. You're not his friend. You're the judge in a case that he got arrested for, and can charge something. You got charged with something. Like, this isn't the right environment to give this kind of input. And I don't know, man.
Smell good, because if you go in there and you smell like a small farm animal, it's not going to go well.
What the hell?
This is what you need to do to get a
He
job.
said, bro, stinks.
And this is what you do to get a good job, because that's how you get a job where you can move up in the world.
Yeah, I'm not saying that he shouldn't be trying to help this guy. I'm just saying it's like, I don't know, a lot of what he's saying, if he's I don't know. Let's see what he actually orders this guy to do, though. Is he going to actually make him do any of this? Or is he just telling him to do this?
When you
Like, let's see.
apply at like a Burger King and McDonald's, there's no advancement. That's what you want. You understand? Perception is reality. So when you go there, you need to look like you're gold, and then they're going to hire you. This
Yeah, bro,
You'll
just
get
flamed
nowhere.
up all the McDonald's and BK workers. What the hell?
In life. I'm bringing you back in another 2 weeks. I want to see what you've done. Start with lofty goals. Starbucks, Target, Amazon. Do you understand? Make me proud. Come on, Mr. Compton. You can do it. right.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
Thanks.
Okay. I mean, let's say I want to find another. I've seen some videos on this channel. I've clicked through a few. Like I've seen that guy before for sure. Let's see. Whoa, woman arrested again just days after release on open murder case. Whoa. Let's see what we got here.
You are on bond for murder, and you've now picked up an assault case. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you.
Thank you, Your Honor. On April 27th, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, officers were dispatched to a disturbance / unknown weapon
who's the
call.
killer?
The complaining witness stated she is part of the nursing staff and that the defendant has been asked to leave on multiple occasions and refuses to do so. The complaining witness stated that the defendant was attempting to get her grandfather to sign over power of attorney
Oh,
to
it's her.
but the staff would not allow this due to the grandfather being diagnosed with dementia. The complaining witness stated that the defendant used force on the complaining witness to get her to leave the grandfather's room. The complaining witness states that the defendant put her hands on the complaining witness's face and
Oh.
pushed it back. The defendant was positively identified by the complaining witness and her Texas ID number.
Oh my
You say that
gosh.
there was any pain, she pushed in the face. This is an assault, right? There has to be some kind of injury or pain.
She did state that she felt pain in the dim summary.
Okay. Ms. Taylor, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. Now, you're saying there's a bond violation in this case?
Yes, Judge, it's in the,
Michael, have you seen this? And how did you already get appointed to this case?
Your Honor, I was appointed,
This guy has
sometime
he
very
has no idea. This guy's like, did I fucking type in the wrong Zoom code?
recently on this case. I received a text. I don't know what day it was, but I
It was,
received.
Yeah.
a
it looks
text
like it
upon-
was the
I
29th,
fucking ended up in here somehow, though, Your Honor.
which was Tuesday. But how, when she was, how was he appointed a lawyer?
I'm thinking when she was in the holdover.
No. How is she, I mean, I don't understand. Well, regardless, I guess I'm glad that you're appointed because right now she's got bond violations. She was
I
ordered by the
wasn't aware of
magistrate.
that, Judge.
I'm sorry?
I wasn't aware of a BBR in this case. I actually have a BBR, another BBR today before the court.
I know that, yeah, we got you. We'll deal with that one next, but you're on bond for murder. You were ordered by the magistrate to have a GPS monitor.
This
You have
lawyer's sitting there shitting himself. He had no clue that his client is on bond for murder. This lady texted him to represent her in an assault case. And her lawyer just now learns that she is on bond for murder.
violated those conditions. Unacceptable. I'm revoking your bond. She goes with you.
Oh.
No.
Your Honor,
Oh.
If I
Yeah.
Your Honor, she just was released because I met her in the holdover earlier this week, and she could not have been out of jail more than a day, 2 at the most. Would the court allow her to leave right now to get the device?
No. Did she not get the device?
Judge, there was a conflict, that's why the DVR was submitted, Stephanie, so the magistrate ordered bond conditions, but the curfew times were not aligning with the felony condition. That's
So
why-
what? I mean, you still have to abide by the conditions. I mean, what did they say the conditions were?
I have the paper up right there.
I'm not asking you to say anything, Ms. Taylor. The only thing I want is I want my city protected. You're on bond for
Batman
this
ass
serious
dude.
case. Now you
This motherfucking bro thinks he's Bruce Wayne, dude. What
pick up
the
an
hell?
assault? I mean, you were ordered to have certain conditions. You must abide by these conditions. She received conditions of bond on April 28th, 2025 that ordered a GPS device with a curfew of 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. On May 1st, she had an unapproved enter at 7:52 p.m. and then left again at 8:51 until basically 9 o'clock at night.
Yes, Judge, and on the felony conditions, I'm looking at them right now, her curfew is from 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. So that's where it's conflicting, so the magistrate ordered from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. and on felony, her curfew was 12 a.m. to 6 a.m.
I mean, she still has to follow conditions, right? There may be conflicting, but you know, you
Yeah,
abide
wait.
by the
Well,
conditions.
what's the conflict? One of them is a window inside the other. Like I would automatically assume that the longer window is the safe bet. Like, come on, you know what you're doing.
And then you come to court and you ask to, you know, do something or maybe make them align, but you just don't do whatever you want to do and think, okay, nothing's going to happen. You're on bond for 2 serious cases.
Oh, W crash out.
Your Honor, if I may again,
Uh-oh.
Sure.
this is a brand new case.
Bro just slaps his logo up in the background behind him, dude. He's sitting there in his boxers, dude, in his fucking living room. Okay.
Could the court admonish her? Because the amount of time, I understand that
Michael, she's on bond for murder. She's lucky to even have a bond, and now she picks up an assault. She's ordered to have a curfew, and she's just doing whatever the hell she wants to do.
in this case, Judge, that's before your court, this is a brand new case, and this is her first time having any issues while on your bond, Judge. Would the court be willing to admonish her not to leave her home even for short periods of time?
I don't know, Michael. I don't know.
And my assumption is we're gonna reach out to Melanie. My assumption is there's a BVR call for that too, so I don't know what her looks like, but.
She's getting a felony bond reduction or a bond violation. He's okay. Michael
I
down
don't
here
know,
said
Michael.
okay.
I'm going to stew on it for a while. You
Yes,
want to
Your
talk about your other BVR? Or wait, hold on a second. Sorry, let me just finish with the arraignments. Give me 2 seconds and then we're
Honor.
almost
No
done.
problem, Judge.
Next one, Judge, is page
Bro said he would stew on it. I mean, chat, come on. He got the judge to stew on that shit. Like, what more can you ask for? W stewing. That's a W stewing. He convinced the judge to stew upon it. Man taken down by police approaching his own house. Judge throws out case. Okay, let's see it.
For your charge of interference with the duties of a public servant. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you, sir.
Yes, sir. On March 28, 2025, an officer was in the process of serving a capital murder warrant on a suspect in Harris County, Texas. While conducting a felony stop, the defendant, who was identified by his Texas ID card, pulled up on the officer's perimeter, got out of their motor vehicle and began walking to the residence where the murder suspect was. The officer supervisor ordered the defendant to stop and stay right there. The defendant refused and continued to ignore officers while walking towards the residence. The officer supervisor ordered the defendant to step back multiple times and then grabbed the defendant and took him to the ground.
Him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Was he the capital murder suspect?
No, Your Honor.
I live there. Stop. Oh, sorry.
I believe that they were in the process of serving a warrant on someone else at the residence, and that's when they came in contact with the defendant. Ordered him to stop. He refused to stop going towards the residence, Your Honor.
Served the warrant. What ended up happening?
Looks like after refusing commands, there was a brief struggle where he was detained.
Was the murder suspect there?
I'm not sure, Your Honor. It does not say. I have no further
What the
facts
fuck?
that show if the warrant was Service was complete on the warrant or not, Your Honor, or completed at the time. I just believe they were in the process and believed him to be at the residence, and that's when this incident occurred.
Yeah, they
Read it
arrest.
again,
Yeah, they arrested homie for walking into the crib.
if you don't mind.
Yes, Your Honor. On March 28, 2025, the law enforcement officer and Squad 5 of the Houston Police Department's Gang Division served a capital murder warrant for a suspect observed inside a truck at a nearby residence. While conducting a felony stop, the defendant, who is identified by his Texas ID card, pulled up on the perimeter, got out of the vehicle, walked to the sidewalk, and began walking to the residence where the murder suspect was. The supervisor then ordered the defendant to stop and to stay right there. The defendant refused and continued ignoring officers and walking towards the residence. The supervisor ordered him to step back multiple times, but the defendant was once again ignored the officers. The law enforcement officer grabbed the defendant and made them off balance and ground.
Okay, so now, but when you first started, you said they were going to a capital murder suspect in a car.
Yes, Your Honor. That's what, so I was originally reading the summary, and I'm going straight from the agenda now, Your Honor. It looks like the suspect was observed inside a truck at a nearby residence.
So the suspect is not even in the residence. No,
Then they later state that there was that the suspect, that the
Yeah,
defendant
what is
here
this case?
was walking towards the residence where the murder suspect was. I'm not sure, Your Honor. I have nothing further.
I find no probable cause in your case. Just be careful, man. When you get into a pissing match with
I understand.
who's gonna win,
They are. I understand.
no?
Yes, sir.
All right. Hand-
Yeah, what the
Alright,
fuck?
Please.
That was a ridiculous ass case. What was that? What the fuck? That was absurd. That was cooked.